Our Golden State Warriors currently lead the Pelicans 2-0 here in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. And today we're looking to shut the door, bring out the brooms, and get the sweep. We do not want this series lasting longer than it needs to. I want to get the job done as quick as possible. And after performing well in games 1 and 2, we have put ourselves in the position to do so. So in the last episode, we had the first 2 games at home, and I was hoping that these first 2 games would feel a lot different than the playoff games that we have played in the past over the last 2 seasons, and that certainly was the case. Game 1, we won 119-103. Stephen Curry with 39 and 9. He was on an absolute heater in this game, as he was in the second game as well. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But 39 points for the 39-year-old, really impressive start for him, and then everybody else was pretty solid. Ingram did not necessarily shoot the ball well from 3, but he was still productive. Butler was productive. Kuminga and Bona both with double-doubles. As for New Orleans, their stars did not produce. Darius Garland had just 5 points in the first half, and he picked it up in the second half, but it was not enough. Zion Williamson was not good. DeJounte Murray really was the only bright spot. And then game 2, 44, 6, and 5 for Steph. He is averaging well over 40 through the first 2 playoff games of the year. This is rare air, being the oldest player in the NBA. Pretty impressive stuff from Wardell. He's averaging more points per game than his age, and that says something because, again, he's quite old. 23 for Salis, Ingram with 14, Kuminga and Butler also in the double figures. As for the Pelicans, they actually did get a good game this time out of Darius Garland, who finished with 35 points. He broke the franchise record for 3-pointers in a playoff game. He kept him in it the entire way, but the rest of the team did not really show up. DeJounte Murray and Zion Williamson were both inefficient. Zion's been a train wreck through the first 2 games. The Pelicans barely shot over 40% from the field. And the one bright spot through the first 2 games, Darius Garland, who's averaging 30. Severe right ankle sprain. And he'll be out for probably around 6 weeks. This happened right at the end of the game, too, with only around 5 minutes to go. It could have been fairly avoidable. But now Garland, the lone bright spot for New Orleans so far, will not be available. We've got all the momentum. Arguably their best player is hurt. We're in a good spot, but again, that doesn't necessarily mean I want to put the pedal off the metal. I think getting this series done with as quick as possible is going to do as well, given that our core is older and we have 2 key players who are retiring at the end of the year. The less games we have to play, the better. I want these guys fresh and energized throughout the entirety of the playoffs, and having a 4 or 5 game series in the first round is going to do us a lot better than this series dragging out to 7 games, because A, it puts us at risk at losing and being eliminated, but if we do win, those guys are going to be exhausted going into the next round, which could end up being a problem. Both teams rocking with their same starting lineups as we've seen, with the exception of course, Darius Garland. He'll be replaced by the former Warrior, Ayo Dosunmu, who did not play in either of the first 2 games with an injury. He's back, and the Pelicans need him to show up, otherwise their season is over. Golden State starts with it. We are underway. Dosunmu will match up with Curry, a much better defender than that of Garland. Here's Kuminga. Corner 3 is good! Jonathan Kuminga connects on the triple. His offense has been solid so far, but his defense has been the calling card. Zion Williamson has really struggled with him, as Zion is the first to score for New Orleans. Especially with Darius Garland hurt, they need to get him going, and quickly. DeJounte Murray throws it up and in! Counting, and a foul! An impressive and 1 for DeJounte Murray, as we are tied at 5. Murray gets the screen from Kessler. Pick and roll. Kessler inside, rattles out, gets his own rebound, and gets the putback over Adembona. A nice play there by Walker Kessler at 7-5. Curry, pump fake in the corner, hoping somebody opens up. He finds Ingram. Pump fake on the drive. Ingram, pull-up jumper is good. Nice defense by Trey Murphy, but sometimes there's those shots where no matter what you do defensively, it still finds a way to go in. Zion off the mark. Warriors move quickly in transition. Curry with it. Step back. Trey ball. Got it. Unfortunately, he was actually inside the arc. It's a lawn 2. But the shot goes in anyway. Murray on the drive. No good. Nice defense by Jonathan Kuminga again. Bono with the board. Sends it up the floor. Brandon Ingram. Open look from deep. Both offenses overall have started the game off kind of slowly. It seems like we're starting to find a rhythm. But New Orleans, in their most important game of the year, has 7 points in the first 5.5 minutes. That's not enough. They need more. And that's a good start, I guess. DeJounte Murray hits the mid-ranger in the corner. Here is Adembona with it as it's stripped away and eventually stolen. Trey Murphy with the initial hit. Walker Kessler forces the turnover. Murray, step back jumper is good, but it's an offensive foul. Jimmy Butler draws the charge. A savvy play by the veteran. One of the perks of having a bunch of older guys on the team is that the basketball IQ and the smarts that these guys have is really valuable. These guys have been there, done that. As Ayo Dosunmu makes the layup, we are within one. Golden State's offense has got to get a bucket here. How about this one? I was expecting Jonathan Kuminga to fake it. Normally when we're in transition like that, we get Kuminga on the fake to drive inside, but he takes the three instead, and it falls. He now has 6. Zion showing off his brute force and strength on Kuminga. He's in for the layup, 15-13. Zion Williamson, crossover on the drive with some honey at the end. Zion's got 6. He's playing pretty well so far. We're knotted up at 15. Ingram matched up with Ayo Dosunmu. Turnaround jumper, too smooth. Ingram and Dosunmu, the two guys traded for each other, and B.I. wins that battle. Herb Jones with it inside, trapped by Curry. Sends it up, no good, but it's tipped back in by the rookie hailing from Canada, Jamar Fofana. Now tied at 17. Fofana inside, Murray lobs it up! Yves Missi slams it home. 19-17 now, Curry with it. Left wing 3, won't fall. Okongwu with the rebound. Salis for 3. No good again. Okongwu with another rebound. Curry thought about the shot, won't take. Salis back to Curry. Curry, step back. Third time's the charm. Got to shout out Okongwu there grabbing the pair of offensive rebounds. It's ironic that the hardest shot at the 3 is the one that went in. Anthony jumper. That one is good for the lead. It's been a back and forth first quarter. Neither team has really been in control. Dribble handoff. Loggins Burrow on the drive with the layup. The craftiness of the rookie continues to be a major asset of his game. 1 point lead now with 37 seconds in the first. Cole Anthony with it, getting some extra run without Garland. Has Fofana for 3. Jamar Fofana not known for the outside shot, but he can hit the open one. 24-22 on the inbound. Curry, corner 3 for the lead. It rattles in. Golden State right back ahead after a singular Pelicans 3 throw. We're now tied at 25, and the Warriors will get the last shot. Curry matched up with Cole Anthony, looking to set up a play, but he's just going to have to shoot the ball now. Curry at the buzzer, no good. That'll wrap up a competitive, physical, low-scoring first quarter. We are tied at 25. The Pelicans surviving without Garland. They've been worse offensively, but better on defense. Jumper is good for Herb Jones. Does a good job getting off the screen to get the scoring started here in the second. Stokes bounces it to Salis. Inside for Onyeka Okongwu, who is in for the slam. Nice pass, nice finish by the big, who gets his first points of the game. Butler, also scoreless himself, sends it out to Salis. Heavily contested. Doesn't matter. Antoine Salis with his first points of the game. 30-27. Hawkins in the corner. Has Zion Williamson. Pulls the triple, and it's good. Nice shot there by Zion. 7 points on just 3 of 7 shooting. I guess that's better than what he's been doing. As Salis sends it over to Stokes. On the drive, he's trapped. Salis, open 3 for the lead, and it clanks off the rim. New Orleans gets it back, looking to take the lead themselves. Herb Jones with it, guarded by Jimmy Butler. Off the screen. Jones on the drive, step back, thought about the shot, goes in for the layup, and it is good. Nice play there by Herb Jones, turning into a pretty solid all-around 3-level score. 32-30. Butler off the bounce from Bona. Trapped inside, he sends it over to Jabari Springer. Back to Bona. Look at the mismatch. In for the layup, and it's no good at the buzzer. But he grabs his own rebound. Good play there by Bona. Here is Stokes with it now. His layup is good. Kajai Stokes is really good at scoring in contact. One of the more impressive attributes of his game. As Stokes will bring it up, matched up with Hawkins. Stokes has space, looking for the screen. Mid-range jumper is good. Another asset of his game is his ability to shoot jump shots on the move, as we see there, and he is turning into a really solid all-around offensive player as a rookie. Kuminga! Oh my goodness! He throws it down on Yves Missi. The cum bucket explodes. Hey, yo. Curry on the drive. Layup is good. Steph now in the double figures. He's got 10. 39-34. Here is Hawkins with it, matched up with Stokes. Hawkins has space. Stokes is waiting for the drive, and it's never going to happen. Jordan Hawkins pulls it from deep, and it is good. 39-37. Ayo Dosunmu with it now. Curry guards him tightly, but around the screen he has trouble contesting, and Ayo Dosunmu's triple puts the Pelicans ahead. Dosunmu had a smaller role with New Orleans than he did with us, but he played well, given the opportunity as Stokes gets it to rattle in. Another make for Kajai Stokes. He's got 6, and the bright lights do not seem to faze either of these rookies. Curry, mid-ranger, is good off the screen. Good shot, good play execution. 3-point game. New Orleans calls a timeout with under 4 minutes to go in the first half. DeJounte Murray has it. Looking to get by Kessler. Murray triple for the tie. It is good. And we are knotted up at 43. DeJounte Murray has been the most consistent offensive player for the Pelicans so far, which doesn't say much. But overall, I think he's been pretty solid as Curry is in for the layup. 45-43. Murray matched up with Butler off the screen. Murray contested triple for the lead. New Orleans is now really starting to shoot the 3-ball well. Their last 4 makes come from beyond the arc. Pump fake, Kuminga, doubled, Curry, wide open 3 is good. The Kuminga pump fake is what made that play. Dosunmu bites. That means they have to send help defense inside. Curry's wide open, and, well, obviously he's not going to miss the shot. Kessler inside with the slam. Bona was trying to bait the pass in, but it actually worked. Here is Kuminga, wide open lane, goes for the layup. Boo! We needed him to throw it down. There was nobody inside. He was supposed to cock that back and reel it in. Nonetheless, Warriors take the lead, not for long. DeJounte Murray hits the mid-range jumper off the dribble, tied at 50. Here is Curry with it, looking for the screen from Bona. Curry, 3 for the lead. He got it! Curry's on a heater. He's got 20, and he continues to be unguardable, whether it's Garland matched up with him, DeJounte Murray, or somebody else. Murray, 3 for the lead, won't go, but Kessler gets the putback slam. Overall, a much more competitive first half from New Orleans than we saw in the first couple of games. Not on that possession, though. How is Brandon Ingram that wide open? He had all that space on the dunker spot. Then he got inside, and nobody touched him the entire way. Here is Kessler inside, floater for the lead. Both teams trading it back and forth like a blunt. 56-55, shot clock unplugged, lob unsuccessful. Brandon Ingram ends up with it. Golden State probably ends up with the last shot, or maybe not. Stolen by Walker Kessler. Here is New Orleans. Salee strips it away from Murray. Nobody ahead of him. Antoine Salee with the release. Okay, I'm using that every episode now. I just came up with it on the fly, but I love it. DeJounte Murray's half-court heave is no good, and the steal and dunk by Antoine Salee gives Golden State the lead, 57-56. Definitely a far cry from the first 2 games, though. In the first half of game number 1, it was a 16-point deficit. In game 2, it was a 17-point deficit. Now the lead is only at 1. Nonetheless, New Orleans needs more offensive production from everybody outside of DeJounte Murray, who is 15. Zion currently has 10 points of 4 of 9 shooting. He hasn't been horrible, but I wouldn't say he's been good either. Curry with 20, Kuminga with 11, Ingram with 9. Golden State really shooting the 3-ball well. Amongst their top 3 scorers, the 3 of them are 7 of 11 from deep. Always open. Zion has it to start the second half. Matched up with Kuminga. That one is off the mark. Good defense by Jonathan Kuminga. Here comes Golden State. Kuminga out to Ingram. Top of the key to Curry. Look at this matchup. Barbecue chicken. Zion got excited when he heard that. As Jimmy Butler gets the pass, his shot is good on the board for the first time tonight. Jimmy went 0 for 3 in the first half. Dosunmu with it, looking for the screen from Kessler. Ayo Dosunmu pulls the triple for the tie. We're knotted up at 59. Ayo with a solid first half, an efficient 7 points. Warriors now ahead as DeJounte hits the triple. Zion is called for the foul, but the shot still counts. Pelicans ahead. 62-61 now. Zion matched up with Curry, and the shot is no good. Zion gets his own rebound in the putback. I would have clowned him if his lone shot there was a miss off of the Curry contest. So a good response on the putback, but he lets up the 3 there to Jonathan Kuminga. who now has 16 points. Kuminga having a great game as the secondary scorer. 64-64, Dosunmu, nice cut off the ball. Matched up with Salis. I don't know what he is doing. As Io puts New Orleans ahead. I assume Salis thought he was going to shoot the ball earlier with a potential 3-second call, but Io did a good job of waiting until the last minute. Off the miss by Zion. Springer inside. Layup is good with a foul. And one for Jabari Springer. That'll put Golden State ahead, 68-66. Salis, mid-range jumper on the move, no good. Okongwu rebound, wide open three. Jonathan Kuminga buries the hatchet. He's got 20. 71-66. Kessler matched up with Salis. This, my friends, is a mismatch. Kessler with the and one poster. Salis gave a good effort there. Probably too much effort. If he lets Kessler score, there's no foul on the play. 2-point game. Salis on the drive. Nice play. The layup is good over Kessler and friends. 4-point lead now for Golden State. Make it a 6-point lead. Loggins-Burrell back in the game. Oh my goodness! Roman Loggins-Burrell throws down the iron on Herb Jones. That man had a family. Not anymore. Salis, layup is good. Look at the score. We're starting to see some ground made up. It is a 10-point lead for Golden State. The first time all night it's been a double-digit lead as Herb Jones grabs his own miss and he is in for the putback slam. New Orleans has got to have a sense of urgency right now on offense. They've been a little slow and lethargic on that end of the floor in the second half. Off the timeout, Curry, what was that? I don't think that shot was blocked. I think he just floated it up. The lob is good. That pass was high up there to where only Jamar Fofana could end up with it. Golden State tries for the lob. They're off the mark. I don't know if Salis was looking for Bona or Loggins-Burrell, but nonetheless, it's no good. Murray, spin move. Layup is good. What a great job here by New Orleans. They were down by 10 a minute ago. Now they're only down by 2. Talk about a response to put themselves right back in the game. Salis doubled. Ingram top of the key. Bang! The former Pelican in his first game back in New Orleans after spending 8 seasons here. Ingram pull up. There's another! Brandon Ingram with some words to his former teammates. A pair of triples for Brandon Ingram. It's an 8-point game again. Murray, tightly guarded inside, gets by Salis. That one is good. A really nice play by DeJounte Murray as it's 85-79, minute and a half to go in the quarter. Curry's doubled. Ingram, another one. He is on fire. And Fuego. Somebody call the fireman. We've got to put one out right now. 9-point game. Fofana, Jones inside, Murray blocked. Antoine Salis with the snuff. On the other end, Ingram, heat check 3. No good. Ball is tipped. Salis gets it back. Ingram, another triple. That one is off the mark again. Brandon Ingram's hot streak was fun while it lasted. 9-point game still. Dosunmu with it. Stripped away by Loggins-Burrell. Pelicans get it back. Off the miss. Dosunmu. Putback attempt is good. Nice play there by Io. 88-81. Under 30 to go in the quarter. Salis on the drive. Pump fake. Ingram another 3. Bang! Ingram with 4 triples over the last 2 minutes. And it's back to a 10-point lead. Murray, jumper no good. Shot clock unplugged. Golden State will get the final shot. Nearly a backcourt there. They are lucky. Curry has it with Herb Jones. Not the ideal matchup. We're hoping somebody else gets open. Maybe the red-hot Brandon Ingram off the screen. 2 at the buzzer is good! Fitting ending to the third quarter. Brandon Ingram on a vibe right now. He is 14 points over the last 2.5 minutes. It is a 14-point lead all of a sudden. Golden State is up big. A huge third quarter by Golden State, particularly Brandon Ingram. In transition, Zion gets that one to bounce in. Zion held off the board in the third quarter. He was not particularly good. Stokes with it on the drive. He's trapped. Kuminga. Butler. He's due. He got it. We've been waiting for the big shot from Jimmy Butler, and that one falls. 15-point game. Brandon Ingram left wide open. Not a good idea, guys. Ingram hits another 3. It is 102-85. The Pelicans fans are thinking, where has this been all year? After Ingram shot under 30% from deep with New Orleans. Jordan Hawkins gets one back, though. 14-point game. A 3-0 comeback is nearly impossible. So we know what's on the line for New Orleans. Onyeka Okongwu off the alley-oop, annihilates Yves Missi, who's been dunked on twice now. 16-point game. Hawkins in transition. Elbow jumper is good. That'll make it a 14-point game with under 6 minutes to go. Here is Curry with it. Gets the screen. Curry throws up a shot, and it's good! An answered prayer. That's Steph's first points of the entire second half. He's been really quiet so far, but he hasn't needed to produce. Well, the defensive stop. Kuminga in takeover mode. Inside, that one is good. I would guess Kuminga's largely in takeover because of his defense. Zion has been in hell in the second half as Kuminga's three is no good. Zion, meanwhile, ice cold. He sends it inside with a great pass and a nice flush for Herbert Jones. 109-92, around 4 minutes to go. DeJounte Murray throws up a three. That one is good. He's had some nice makes from beyond the arc here. The Pelicans got to move fast, though. Again, sense of urgency. It is time to hit the panic button. Big mid-ranger for Jimmy Buckets. Living up to his name, he now has 7. As it is a 16-point game. Dribble handoff. Blocked at the rim by Springer. Here comes the Warriors. Curry with it. Hands it off for Springer. Thought about the shot. Curry runs around him. 3 over. Zion is good. Stephen Curry connects on the triple. It is a 17-point game. It is not looking good for New Orleans. Golden State looking for the dagger. Springer, layup, and 1. Zion with the foul. That is his 4th, and that will do it. The Golden State Warriors lead the Pelicans 3-0 as they win Game 3 comfortably, 121-99. A close game in the first half. We were only up by 1, but it was that third quarter where we really won the game. Brandon Ingram over the last 2 minutes taking over. It was a 2-point game when he started his run. We ended the third quarter up by, I think, 12. So that kind of shows you where we were at. And then in the fourth quarter, again, dominant stuff. Curry, Ingram, Kuminga combined for 75. I think that's the 3 who we're really going to lean on as our go-to scorers in key moments. Ingram obviously had the big stretch in the third quarter. Curry was great in the first half of 20. And then Jonathan Kuminga played another really, really good all-around game on both ends of the floor, locking up Zion. Salise had 9 and 7, albeit pretty inefficient. Butler was also not very good from the field, 3 of 9. But it didn't matter. I want to shout out the 2 rookies, Loggins, Burrell, and Stokes. They each had 8 in just 11 minutes. DeJounte Murray had 31 on 29 shot attempts. Io was efficient. They should have gotten him the ball more. Maybe took away some of Zion's touches. 6 of 21. That is not good. He went 2 for 12 in the second half and is shooting 31% through these 3 games. His true shooting percentage is getting lower and lower. He has been a liability on the floor. He has been a black hole on offense. He has been pedestrian on defense. Something's got to give here for Zion Williamson. He's this team's best player, and he has been anything but for them. If Zion Williamson had played like, the Zion we all know and love, then I think we would be looking at this series very differently. But right now, we are up 3-0. We are in control. A 3-0 comeback has never happened in the history of the NBA. And we've got to keep it that way. Just because we're up big does not mean we're going to take the pedal off the metal. However, you would think New Orleans is probably going to start to throw some stuff at the wall and hope it sticks. Well, that's exactly what they're going to do. They are making a big switch to the starting lineup. Zion Williamson will not be starting in today's game. Jamar Fofana will instead. Zion is healthy. He will play. He is not on some minutes restriction. The Pelicans are just switching up the cards and hoping that this changes things. Golden State wins the tip. We're underway. 3-0 lead. No Zion Williamson in the starting lineup. A major, middle finger to their star player, if you will, as Kessler makes the layup. It's an odd switch because even though Zion probably should be coming off the bench with how poorly he's played, that's a bad look for an organization to do that to your star player. As Jonathan Kuminga throws down the slam, it's 4-2. Obviously, Zion struggled offensively, but he's done a poor job defending Kuminga as well. We'll see what Fofana can do with him as he makes the layup, and we are now tied at 4. Both teams rocking a pair of alternate jerseys today. Ingram, mid-range jumper is good. Brandon Ingram's done a really good job with some of these mid-rangers, even with quick contests. Both offenses starting kind of slow, though, as it's 6-4. Fofana, pull-up jumper. That one will fall. Jamar Fofana is giving the Pelicans a spark. He's been impressive so far with 4 of their first 6 points. Kuminga passes it out. Jimmy Butler for 3. It is good. I think the shot selection's been fine for Jimmy Butler, and I don't think it's a matter of him just being an old man. It's just that he's been guarded by some really good players, generally either Herb Jones or Trey Murphy. Curry, mid-ranger, is good. That'll make it 11-6. In the most important game of the year, the Pelicans have just 6 points so far. Everybody outside of Fofana with only 2. There's a big 3, though. Trey Murphy connects from beyond the arc, and it is 11-9. Curry with it on the drive. Layup is good. His ability as a driver and a finisher has been unbelievable throughout this series, and everybody likes to talk about the shooting with him. But he can do everything on offense, and everything at a ridiculously high level. As the 3 is good for Murphy. Pelicans now ahead, 14-13. Both offenses picking it up. Curry, drive, layup is good. Again, he now has 8. Hasn't done anything from deep, but has been very effective from 2. Salis, mid-ranger. That one rattles in a friendly bounce. Salis has been inconsistent so far in the postseason, but it's really a matter of him getting these game reps in these, obviously, big matchups. Zion 3. That one is good. Zion Williamson in the game, off the bench, hits the triple. His body language looks fine, so I guess that's a good sign. Curry, quick 3. Ball don't lie. Golden State gets one right back. They regain the lead. Zion matched up with Kuminga. Turnaround jumper is no good. That's the Zion we've gotten through the first 3 games. On the other end, Salis slithers by the defenders. He is in for the layup. The Pelicans were too slow to get back inside, and Salis takes advantage. He's got 5. Zion brings it up. Gets by Kuminga. Layup is good. Nice play there by Zion Williamson, who, dare I say, hasn't been too bad so far. There he is with a defensive stop on Onyeka Okongwu. He gets it out to DeJounte Murray with just over 2 to go in the first. Murray, pull-up 3 for the lead. A long-range triple for DeJounte Murray. He's shot the 3 ball well throughout this series. Inconsistent from 2, but great from deep. Kuminga inside. That one is good. He's got 4. So far, Kuminga, Ingram, and Curry have all played the whole game up to this point. Normally, 1 or 2 of those guys would check out by now, but we haven't had any stoppages of play recently. Steal by Okongwu. Kuminga on the other end. He finds Salis. Deep 3 is good for the Frenchman. Antoine Salis. He's off to a good start tonight with 7. 27-24. Around a minute left in the first. Zion over Okongwu. That one is good. Zion also with 7. 3 of 4 shooting. He looks good off the bench, I've got to say. Curry, layup is good. He now has 13 as it's 29-26. Murphy out to Dosunmu. Shot clock unplugged. Dosunmu lobs it up for Zion! The throwdown over his former teammate and co-star of nearly 8 seasons, Brandon Ingram. 29-28. 10 to go in the quarter. Curry sends it over to Salis. Thought about the shot, won't take. On the drive, over to Ingram. Back out to Curry. Curry's going to have to throw it up at the buzzer. No good. Another fun and competitive start. 29-28. Warriors up by 1. The big storyline, Zion Williamson coming off the bench, and I give him credit. You know, for some star players, the ego might be too much, but he's taking it well. As Antoine Salis hits the 3 to kick off the second quarter. 32-28. Anthony finds Herb Jones. Jones runs around off the screen. Answers back with a 3 of his own. Herb Jones from beyond the arc makes it 32-31. Salis gets it over to Springer. Tries to get it for Loggins-Burl, but it's tipped and stolen by Hawkins. Pelicans looking for the lead here. Zion Williamson inside for Jamar Fofana. Layup no good. Gets his own miss. Passes tipped by Springer. Stolen by Loggins-Burl. Here comes the Warriors. Roman Loggins-Burl with the slam. Rookie on rookie crime. What a play there by the ultra-talented Roman Loggins-Burl. As it's 34-31. Zion inside pump fake. That one is good. Jabari Springer went flying. Springer's no small guy, but, you know, that 300-pound gut of Zion will do that. A few too many burgers in there today as Roman Loggins-Burl is in for the layup. He's got 4. 36-33. Herb Jones off the screen. Loggins-Burl stays with him. Jones inside. That one is good. Herb Jones has impressed me in this series, especially these last 2 games as a finisher. Around the basket. 38-35. Cole Anthony now with it on the drive. Mid-ranger is good. Sweet kiss off the glass as we are tied at 38. Curry with it. Matched up with DeJounte Murray. Finds the screen. Curry back out. Pick and pop. Long 3 will fall for the big man Onyeka Okongwu can space the floor. Really solid three-point shooter. 41-38, Zion Williamson. That one is off the mark. Brandon Ingram with the rebound. He's been quiet so far with just 2 points. Out to Curry. Quick three is good. Steph Curry connects from beyond the arc. Curry continues to be unguardable. I mean, he looks like he's in his prime throughout this series as Walker Kessler makes the slam. 44-40. New Orleans is so far hanging in there, much like the first half of the last game, as Curry swings it out to the rookie out of Marquette, Kajai Stokes, who hits the jumper. 46-40. Here is Murray inside. That one is no good. Gets his own miss and is blocked by Okongwu. Here comes the Warriors. Curry with it. Looks to get by Hawkins. Passes tip. Stokes with a nice recovery. Back out. Curry. 3-ball. It's good. 19 points in the first half for Steph Curry. I mean, seriously, this looks like it's 2015 with him. DeJounte Murray inside. That one is good. Murray's had some really tough shots that have fallen inside. That was a good defensive play by Kajai Stokes, but doesn't matter. Murray, jumper, no good. He misses the easy ones, but gets the hard ones. Tipped back into his hands as he connects, and it's 52-46. Here comes Jonathan Kuminga, less than 2 minutes in the half. Finds Ingram on the drive. Layup is good. We're going to need another hot streak from Ingram. I think those couple of minutes is what won us Game 3. Curry, pump fake. DeSumo sags off. Can't do that. Curry with the shake, the bake, and the shimmy at the end. 55-46. You'd think Ayo, being Curry's teammate for a year, would know not to leave him open from deep. As he sends it inside. Nice cut off the ball. That's Trey Murphy III, who is in for the dunk. Around 30 seconds left in the first half. Salih, step back. That one is good. It rattles in. Antoine Salih's movement ability is really impressive for somebody who's 6'6". He moves like he's 6'1". Golden State with the steal on the other end. Jonathan Kuminga makes the layup, filling the stat sheet with 7, 3, and 4 assists, as it is a 9-point game. Murray with it, likely holding for the last shot. He's doubled. Somebody's got to be open. It's Ayo Dosunmu. His three is good. Big make for Ayo. Golden State will get the last shot. Curry lets it out quickly from half court. It is no good, and that'll wrap up the first half. The Warriors are 1 half away from winning our first playoff series of the series. Now again, we've got to keep control. We cannot let the Pelicans make this a game, claw back and win, make it a 3-1 series, and all of a sudden have a chance of a comeback. The Spurs lead their series 3-0. The other highly seeded teams are producing as well. So we don't want them to have these 4 or 5 game series and us to falter a little bit. Curry with 22. Nobody else in the double figures, but Salih has been solid. He has 9. Kuminga with 7. As for the Pelicans, Zion Williamson's been pretty solid off the bench. He leads the team with 12 points on 5 of 8 shooting. He's done well leading the second unit. As Ayo Dosunmu hits the triple, he's got 11. Ayo only has 3 field goal attempts. He's 3 for 3 from deep, hit a couple at the line as well. Top-notch efficiency as DeJounte Murray gets one, and we are tied within the first minute of the second half. 2 early triples for New Orleans. That's how you start a third quarter. Golden State looks to get one back. Step-back jumper for Brandon Ingram, no good. Bona with the rebound and the putback. Nice play by Adem Bona. 61-59. Here's DeJounte Murray with it. Inside, wide open jumper is good. That one took a couple seconds to rattle in, but it does. Tied at 61. Curry hands it off for Bona. He finds Ingram in the corner. Jimmy Butler for 3. Nothing but net for Jimmy Buckets. He's got 8. 64-61. Kuminga inside. It's intercepted by Ayo Dosunmu. On the other end, he's got Murphy inside. Layup is good with a chance to tie it. The best offense is good defense. Quickly moving up the floor. Murphy's free throw knots it up at 64. Not sure who the inbound pass was going to, but Butler has it over to Curry for 3. When Steph Curry is able to get around those bodies to get just a little bit of space, you know as a defense you are in trouble. Fofana with the slam. Butler tried to draw the charge because he knows he is not guarding a 6'10" speedy rookie. 67-66. Kuminga corner 3 is good. Nice start to the second half from distance for the Warriors as they're up by 4. Fofana with it inside, matched up with Jonathan Kuminga. He's got Murphy. Another triple for Trey Murphy. He's been a productive player tonight as the lead now sits at 1. Ingram with it, thought about the shot, won't take. Over to Jonathan Kuminga with the throwdown over Fofana. 3-point game. Here comes the Warriors. Stokes with it, getting some early second half minutes. Out to Butler. His three is good. Jimmy Butler having a much better day shooting the ball. He currently has 11. Is it 75-69? Nice. That's Zion's favorite position. DeJounte Murray gets a three right back, and the lead is back within 3. One-score game. Here's Ingram. He gets it to Butler over to Kajai Stokes. Sidestep jumper is good. And again, Stokes' ability to hit those jumpers on the move, that is rare for a 19-year-old, but he continues to do it. Roman Loggains-Burrell with the slam. Both of these rookies have very clear strengths offensively. They have very clear go-to moves. Not something you see every day for two 19-year-olds. As Zion is blocked by Onyeka Okongwu. Here comes Golden State. Loggains-Burrell lobs it up for Jonathan Kuminga. Poetry in motion. Kuminga with the throwdown. And it's a 5-point lead. What will the Pelicans get out of Zion in the third quarter after again coming off the bench? He's been quiet so far as Herb Jones hits the three. Lead within 2. Loggains-Burrell finds Salis. He gets it to Curry. Curry, fake. Lawn 2. Over the extended arm of Cole Anthony. That was not the most efficient shot to take, but it's Steph Curry. He'll find a way to get it in. Nearly stolen. Okongwu no good. Grabs his own miss. Out to Loggains-Burrell. His three is no good. Not a pretty possession there by Golden State. Anthony now with it on the other end. On the drive. Pump fake. That one is no good. Both defenses really keying in. Kuminga with the rebound. He looks to bring it up. Darts by Anthony. Layup is good over Zion and Messi. Finally, some more points as it's 85-79. Warriors will hold for the last shot. Curry with it. At the buzzer. Bang! Steph Curry hits the midi. 8-point lead going into the fourth quarter. We've got to play smart, fundamental basketball over the next 10 minutes, and if we do, we are moving on to the second round. Still plenty of time, though. New Orleans has the lead within 10, but they still need a huge comeback if they want to get the job done. The Pelicans, at some point in every game, have sort of had a stretch where they fall apart. Game 2, for instance, it was the first 2 minutes, and they were never able to come back from that. Game 3, as we just saw, was the end of the third quarter. It hasn't happened yet. When or will Golden State put them away? Salis makes the layup. 10-point game. Biggest this lead has been. Anthony lobs it up. A windmill jam for Yves Messi with the flex at the end. These next 2 minutes are going to be pivotal for New Orleans trying to stay in the game. They cannot let Golden State go on a run. Butler, pump fake. That one is no good. Rebound by Bona. He swings it out to the top of the key. Stokes has it now. Hands it off for Jabari Springer. Back out. Stokes. Pump fake on the drive. Layup is good as he switches hands midair. Good job there by Golden State, not only to get the offensive rebound off the miss, but not necessarily go up with it immediately. Set up another play. Get your rookie guard a nice look. Zion inside. Yves Messi makes the layup, and it is a 8-point lead. Warriors will call time, looking to regroup with 7.5 minutes to go. Again, New Orleans season on the line. Curry, step back. That one is good. He is 31. Not only does New Orleans season feel like it's on the line, but I think this era of Pelicans basketball is on the line, because if they lose this game, I think we're going to see sweeping changes in New Orleans. So they've got to come back here and do something as Herb Jones hits the three, and the bench is loving it. Here is Jones on the drive. Pump fake. Nice footwork. He was going in full speed until late. He slowed down, then gets the pump fake, and it fools the defense as Ingram is in for the and one. Big make for the Warriors. Zion Williamson called for the foul as we take another look at it. A nice job there by Ingram, switching hands himself. 8-point game. Here is DeJounte Murray with it. His shot over Ingram is good. Lead back within 6. 96-90. Curry thought about the shot, won't take. Out to Bona. Bona swings it back out to Curry. Quick three is good. Green bean machine. A common theme with Steph Curry throughout this postseason series as he sits at 34. DeJounte Murray's three is good. Nice make for New Orleans as they continue to hang in there. Murray, 5.5 to go. Over Curry and friends, no good. But the tip is by Yves Messi. 99-95. The lead was at 10 not too long ago. Now it's at 4. Pelicans firmly back in the game. Salis, step back, 3-ball, bang! Huge make from Antoine Salis. 7-point game, under 5 to go. Ingram's shot is no good. Again, there's got to be a sense of urgency here for New Orleans. They've got to move fast. Hawkins, Jones, corner 3 is good! Big make by Herb Jones. And the lead is within 4. Jones has been unbelievably efficient in this game as it's stolen by Zion, who will be closing this game, it looks like, with the ones. Zion hands it off for Yves Missi. In for the slam. Golden State calls a timeout to look to regroup as we are within 2. The closing lineup in the game. Kuminga, layup, and one! A huge layup for Jonathan Kuminga. Golden State had a couple early 3 throws off the timeout as well, so they start on a 5-0 run and are back up by 7. Zion with it. 3-throw jumper is good. I'm surprised he went for the jumper, but he does. Golden State calls another timeout. Curry with it. On the drive, he's doubled. Somebody's got to be open. Good defense by New Orleans to recover. Ingram on the drive, though, makes the layup. Herb Jones probably could have D'd him up a little bit more. Pause. 7-point game. Kuminga gets around the screen for 3! 10-point lead for the Warriors with just over 2 minutes to go. Golden State's on a 10-2 run. Just do not choke it. That's not a good start. DeJounte Murray connects from beyond the arc. 7-point game. 2 minutes to go, and we can advance to the next round. It's blocked. Walker Kessler with the snuff off the inbound. Kuminga has it. Butler. Curry on the drive. Layup is no good, but he is fouled by Walker Kessler and would make them both. 5-point game. DeJounte Murray with it. Murray has space. Gonna pull from deep, and it's good. Salis was expecting the drive or the pass. Was not expecting the 3-point shot as the jumper by Kuminga is no good. Huge possession for New Orleans, down by 6. Zion Williamson has it. Out to Murray. Murray, another 3, and it's good again! It was a 10-point lead a minute ago. Now it's down to 3. Golden State is on the verge of collapsing. Screen, Salis, pick and pop. Kuminga 3. That one is off the mark. He was wide open, too. New Orleans theoretically has a chance to tie it. Here is Zion Williamson with it. Just over a minute to go. Zion doubled. Trey Murphy, the 3rd! Trey with the tray, and we've got to call the timeout. I wanted to hold it since it was our last one, but the Pelicans have hit 3 threes in a row. We've got to regroup. What on earth is happening? 114, 45 seconds to go. We need a bucket. Kuminga, lawn 2, is good. Big make by Jonathan Kuminga. He has been the go-to guy down the stretch as it's a 2-point lead. Zion inside, gets one right back. We are tied at 116. Keep in mind, we have no timeouts. We've got to play through it. 116, 30 seconds to go. Ingram with it in the corner. He will try to get it over to Curry off the screen. Good defense by New Orleans. 10 on the shot clock. Curry inside for Kuminga. Blows by Zion. Layup. Wide open for the lead. Jonathan Kuminga with the biggest make of the season. It is a 2-point game, and the Pelicans call their last timeout with around 15 seconds to go. The offense over the last couple of minutes has run through Jonathan Kuminga, and he has come up big on back-to-back possessions. I like the matchup with him and Zion. We wanted to pick on Zion defensively. He looks like he is out of gas. So we are going to make a quick switch here to the lineup. Instead of Butler, I'm going to pick Kajai Stokes. I trust him a little bit more defensively right now. Now, you also have to keep in mind, neither team has any more timeouts. So let's say the Pelicans score, they tie the game, they take the lead. We're not going to have any timeouts. We're going to have to play right through it. So that's why I want most of our top offensive players in the game. Curry, Ingram, not the greatest defenders, but we need them out there for the offense. We don't necessarily have to worry about that, though, if we get a stop here. Zion has struggled throughout the entire series. I get it. But he's their star player. They are looking for him to save the season. Obviously, they're going to look for something around the basket. I trust Jonathan Kuminga defensively here. He's been so good all year in that aspect. So here we go. This is what postseason basketball is all about. Off the inbound, it's Ayo Dosunmu now with 10 seconds. Nobody's moving. Finally, Zion looks to go inside. He's going to post up, and here he is. Zion with the season on the line. Stumbles, recovers for the tie. No good! And the Golden State Warriors hang on to win it. 118-116. Jonathan Kuminga with the defensive stop to win it, along with the go-ahead layup at the 15-second mark. The Warriors, for the first time in this series, have won a playoff series, and they do so in pretty dominant fashion, sweeping the Pelicans. This was obviously by far the most competitive game of the series, went down to the final seconds, but when we needed a defensive stop from probably our best defensive player, we got it. And I feel like that last play by Zion is a perfect encapsulation of what this postseason series was for him. He stunk. No other words to describe it. He was abysmal. And I honestly believe this is the last we will see of Zion Williamson in a Pelicans uniform. His contract is almost up soon. I've been expecting him to want out for a while. And I think with this being how things have now ended, I expect he requests to trade. Curry was fantastic again. He averaged 36 through the first 4 games of the series on 76% true shooting. That is not fair. Kuminga with 28, 5, and 5. He was awesome on both ends of the floor. He had a really good series. He was ultra efficient and played great defense. We had talked about the possibility of trading Kuminga and multiple first-rounders for Zion Williamson. I did not want to do that. Clearly, we were vindicated because he was clearly better than Zion in every game. DeJounte averaged 26 through the 4 games. Inefficient from 2, great from deep. But it didn't matter. 19 for Murphy, 18 for Jones on 7 of 8 shooting. Zion with 16 and 7 on 7 of 14 shooting. This was his best game of the series, to his credit. But that's kind of a problem when this is his best game because he still wasn't very good. The Pelicans tried him out off the bench, and while he was a little bit better than he's been, the bar for that was quite literally on the floor. So we end up sweeping the New Orleans Pelicans, a really competitive game here at the end. We are in the second round. We get over the playoff ghosts of the past, but we still have more work to do. Right now, it's looking like we're going to match up with Oklahoma City. They lead the Kings 3-1. We'll see if the Kings can look to propel a major comeback as Onyeka Okongwu is fully healthy, and we are now once again 100% injury-free. We have not started and finished the same game this year with the entire roster healthy, so I am fully expecting somebody to get injured in Game 1 of the second round. Instead, the injury is going to happen right now. Little quicker than I expected. It's Steven Adams, though, so I think we'll survive, as it will be Oklahoma City who were matched up in the second round. Only one Game 7, and it's won by the Pistons. They defeat Orlando. The Kings drop Game 6 to Oklahoma City with 34, 11, and 6 from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 17 and 13 for Chet Holmgren. So obviously we played against the Thunder in the postseason in year 1. They swept us, and it's pretty much the same Thunder roster, at least the same core that we've seen. We've been battling with Oklahoma City for the 2 seed all year, and I kind of figured there was a good chance we would match up with these guys in the second round. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has become arguably the best player in the NBA. Chet Holmgren averaged 24 this year. J-Dub did his thing. And the young role players, Cason Wallace, Nikola Topic, Geronimo Trinidad, all producing. Shai is averaging 39, by the way, in the playoffs. If you thought Steph Curry was playing well, Shai has been on another level up to this point. Through the postseason, he has no less than 33 points in a game, tied his career high of 53 in a loss to Sacramento. When we played against Oklahoma City in year 1, we really struggled to guard him because he's so efficient inside. Now, I will say I think our rim protection is better with the addition of Okongwu and Adem Bona's development. But the problem with this Oklahoma City team is that it's not just Shai. He has not had an off game yet in the playoffs, but even when he does, they have so many other good complementary options. It's going to be a real challenge for us. I had a feeling if we're going to go on a big playoff run, Oklahoma City is going to stand in our way. In order to be the best, you got to beat the best, and this is one of the NBA's top teams. So this should be a really fun series that may very well go 6 or 7 games, assuming we play better than we did in Season 1, because if we replicate that performance, we could be in trouble. Hope everyone enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.